You can't completely prevent jet lag, but there are a few things you can do to combat it. And some of this advice might surprise you.
Wake up. See the sky, see the clouds amongst the sun. See the day for everything it could be.
Having traveled more than 15 years and to over 110 countries, I've found a few ways to significantly reduce the temporal hangover you get from crossing a lot of time zones quickly. Hi everybody, foXnoMad here, and today I want to help you travel smarter by showing you how to get over jet lag quickly, but warning, you might not like everything I'm about to say. Jet lag is when your body clock gets out of sync with the local time at your destination. Our cells and organs have a daily or circadian rhythm that's based around the day and night cycle, which is not surprising since that's the schedule we've been living with on this planet for a very long time. And it's not just us, your pets, and even plants experience jet lag when zooming across time zones. So here's what works for me and where to start. First of all, you want to make sure that your sleep schedule at home is stable at least a week before you fly. That means getting up and going to bed at roughly the same time every night and avoiding caffeine after noon and alcohol in the evening. You want to build a base of good sleep and rest. The more tired and off schedule you are at home, the more likely it is to take longer for you to recover from jet lag because your body has to do triple duty. It has to recover from the initial poor sleep and then adjust an already chaotic sleep schedule while simultaneously being asked to accept that it's now sunny at 3 a.m. That's a lot for your body to handle. And just like it's not a good idea to run a half marathon the day before you run a marathon, the more work your body has to do before your trip, the longer everything is going to take once you get to your destination to get over that jet lag. Now, a lot of people recommend about a week before you fly to slowly start shifting your schedule so that it gets closer and closer to the time at your destination. But personally, I don't do this. And the reason is because it makes me feel a little bit groggy before I already set off on a trip and kind of gives me a little bit of pre-jet lag. So instead, what I'll try to do is schedule my flights so they match my schedule a little bit better. What that means is I'll look for flights that are leaving in the late afternoon or in the evening or arriving in the morning at my destination. I do this because I'm a morning person and I'm generally more alert earlier in the day. For me, it's easier to wake up at 5 a.m. and be focused to write a video script, for example, than at 2 a.m. You might be the opposite. Late at night is when you're more able to focus or study. You can use your personal circadian rhythm's natural momentum and try scheduling your arrival time around when you might be starting to get tired or need to be awake. Again, for me, I know if I arrive at 6 a.m. somewhere, consciously I will feel like it's morning, even if my body clock is set to 1 a.m. In this case, I can force myself to stay awake until 6 p.m. without a nap and then just go to bed super early, hopefully then wake up sometime in the morning-ish the next day. For you night owls who are watching, it works a little bit differently. You may want to arrive a little bit later in the day and then stay up a little bit later, maybe to midnight or 10 p.m. or 2 a.m., whatever time you normally go to sleep, and then just get up a little bit later to sort of shift your body clock and work around your natural day and night cycle that's already in place. For me, I know that my body will want to wake up early when it sees sunlight. So if I go to bed super late, I might still wake up early and just be exhausted all day, then take a nap, then I'm up again and get totally off schedule. You get the idea. Do what works for you, and if possible, try to arrive at a body clock friendly time for you. When it comes to naps, I look at them in two ways. If you're a regular napper, someone who naps regularly, or you've got some really good napping skills, then by all means use naps when you're at your destination, when you're trying to fight jet lag, use them to your advantage. But if you're somebody who doesn't nap very often, don't nap frequently, or when you do nap, you wake up super groggy, then probably it's best to avoid them. Being tired and not used to napping, there's a good chance that a nap in the middle of the day, which should be like 20 to 40 minutes, can turn into 4 hours, and now you're having beer for breakfast at 2 p.m. and dinner at well past midnight. Which may not sound completely terrible to all of you, but if you're not good at napping, just try to avoid them at least while you're trying to get over jet lag. And as a side note, if you're not a good napper, it is a skill you can develop. So it comes in really handy, can really give you some energy during the day, and it's very, very useful, especially if you travel and you don't get a lot of consistent sleep. Work on those napping skills. And whether you're a good napper or not, Just make sure that your naps when you're getting over jet lag, especially, are earlier in the day so that you have enough time to be awake before you go back to bed at night. Getting in a big block of awake time during the day will help send a lot of light and the right signals to your body to start adjusting its clock as soon as possible. Another jet lag prevention tip that works well for me and might work well for you is wearing compression socks. I generally feel better after any flight if I'm wearing compression socks, and have noticed with some very unscientific personal A/B testing that when I do wear compression socks, jet lag seems to affect me less. There are a lot of good reasons to wear compression socks on flights that are over a few hours long, like potentially lowering the chance of deep vein thrombosis or blood clots. But for me, in general, when I wear compression socks on a flight, my legs and body just feel better when I arrive, and I tend to get over jet lag quicker. I've noticed that wearing compression socks help my legs feel better, especially since I tend to go for a long walk or a run if I can immediately upon arrival. Depending on the time of the day, I try to go for a walk around the hotel, or maybe there's a treadmill, and get in about 30 minutes of cardio exercise. The reason I do this is because it helps me feel a little bit refreshed, but also gets me just a little bit tired, and I bank that little bit of tiredness and fatigue until it's time to go to sleep at the local hour. Even just a solid 30-minute walk or hotel gym bike can help a lot. During the flights themselves, I don't have a set schedule. I sleep and stay awake as I feel like it, but one thing I do that's consistent is not eat airplane food. I may purchase some healthy snacks to bring with me before, like nuts or a banana, but I usually forego the airplane meal. Once you arrive at your destination, being a little hungry can help you sleep and not feel bloated by overeating, because if you're like me, you're definitely eating when you arrive at your destination. I don't know what it is, but there's something about airports and there's something about arriving at a new destination, a new place, that increases my appetite like a million times. There is some evidence that being less full of food and having to digest can help you sleep, but it doesn't hurt to try skipping the onboard meal and see if it helps you with your jet lag during your next trip. Once I'm at my destination, I try to keep my eating schedule aligned sort of with the local schedule, which means like if I arrive at 2 a.m., I won't have a huge meal, but if I'm hungry, I might have a small snack. And the same thing, like if I arrive at breakfast, even if it's 2 a.m. for my body clock, I'll just have a big breakfast if it's 6 a.m. at my destination, and just go from there and slowly try to stick to that eating schedule at the local time. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, the kind of basic schedule. But when you're traveling, I know it's not always possible, but for the first 3 days, these are some of the things that help me get over jet lag. After those 3 days, I tend to feel better and getting over jet lag, and studies have shown that it takes about a day for every hour of time zone change to get over and fully adjust to the local time. And what direction you're traveling, whether it's from east to west or west to east, can also impact how long it takes for you to get over jet lag. Some research from the University of Maryland suggests that your cells have a harder time synchronizing to a new time zone when you go east versus traveling west. Jet lag is kind of like astrology. A lot of people don't believe in it. And then there are some others who are like, oh my God, I'm such a Libra. Each traveler and each flyer have their own routine and recommendations. These are just some of the things that have worked for me over the years after trying and testing a lot of different things. And I hope this advice will help you get over your jet lag after your next trip. A few other things that have worked for me is avoiding caffeine if you can, but if you do have a regular caffeine schedule, try to stick to it, but instead at the local time at your destination. That means if you normally have a coffee in the morning, when it is morning local time at your destination, go ahead and have your coffee. If you arrive somewhere where it's 4 a.m. at local time, but 8 a.m. at home, don't have your coffee then. Wait a couple of hours until it's morning local time. Some people also use doses of melatonin to help set their schedule or fall asleep, but whatever methods you use, the goal is to try to get good quality sleep as fast as you can on the schedule, local time, as soon as you can. Try not to oversleep, but if you do, don't beat yourself up about it. You'll have another chance to reset your schedule and get a good night of sleep the next day, and hopefully you'll be a little bit more tired from all that cool stuff that you're doing at your new destination. And I will say something about the 3-day mark. Just be careful and try to keep with your jet lag prevention tips after that 3rd day mark, because I have gotten a little bit lazy sometimes and then stay up till 2 a.m. or whatever and get way off schedule after that 3rd day. So be careful. Jet lag is really really sneaky sometimes. And if you have a lot of time zones that you've just flown over, just make sure that doesn't creep up and get you, and then you're off schedule like 3 weeks later. But as tricky as jet lag is, there's some technology that may be able to help. Some Garmin watches have a jet lag feature that can prompt you to avoid a flight, eat, or grab a coffee leading up to, during, and after your flight. I'll leave a link to my video about Garmin Jet Lag Advisor down in the description below. And while you're down there, let me know in the comments section, what are some of your jet lag tips? What are some of the things you do to get over jet lag? Or do you not believe in jet lag at all? Let me know down in the comments section. And while you're down there, hit the like and subscribe buttons. I hope this video has helped get you over jet lag on your next trip. And if you do try them, please let me know. I'm really curious how they work for you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
And is and will be all at once. See the truth, don't hide from us.